Tonight was just one of those nights you can't wait to get to. Oh my goodness, wasn't it just so sweet? The sweetest helping of butter beans that I ever did have. Let's get yeah, that's right. There it is. There it is. Less than a minute in. Let's go. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined by the gorgeous Gina Morgino and the ever so handsome John Dunphy. This is Jury Duty, your favorite Big Brother podcast. You can find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty or on our flashy little website at bbjuryduty.com. Okay. Let's get into this sucker. We have so much to do. We got to go over the veto. We have to go over this blindside eviction, and we've got Julie Judgment. All right, so much to do, and I was gonna say so little time, and all we have is time. So let's go. so this veto thing, huh? Oh wait, we got a chat already. Matt, y'all look like ribs or whatever. We look like a whole rack of ribs.
That's so funny.
Oh God! Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Oh my God.
So, where did we leave off? Where did we leave off? We got.
We didn't even really talk about what happened on Wednesday because, like, we didn't even get into all of that. Like, there was a lot that happened in yesterday's too. Yeah.
Thanks to the January 6th crap. Yeah, I mean, it's not our fault; it's their fault. They fucked us up. So Sunday night, I guess we left off on what we had. Like we had Michael and Brittany on the block, right?
Yeah.
That feels like 3 weeks ago.
It really does.
I know. It feels so long ago. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. Whatever.
Who cares? It doesn't even matter anymore. It does matter for the cashies. For the cashies. So yeah, Sunday night we left off with Brittany and Michael on the block, and like, what to do? We don't know what's gonna happen. Then we played Veto, right? That was last night. They're gonna have to help me. Like this gets crazy.
Well, I mean, even before they played, there was that whole fight that we did not get on feeds that we got on the episode last night with Nicole and Daniel.
Oh my God, this was the most heartbreaking, gut-wrenching thing I feel like I've ever seen.
It was terrible to watch.
Yeah, this was. So the situation really was that, Nicole had come out of the DR and she was crying and such. And the entire house was speculating that maybe it was something to do with her mother, who is sick at home with cancer, that she's been pretty open about. Right. And so Taylor took this time to sit in the living room with some of the other house guests and say a prayer, for her mother, being her festy bestie. And then proceeded to tell Nicole that, like, whatever she needed to do, if she needed to bow out of the competition, whatever it was, she was basically letting her know that she didn't mind. She wasn't going to hold it against her. She understands there are things larger than this game, so on and so forth, and whatever. To which Nicole took this as, you're basically asking me to step down. You're using the perception of my mother's sickness as the reason why I should leave this game to better your chances. What are your thoughts on this just alone? Like, what did you think of this?
I mean, the crazy thing, because obviously, like, what comes next was not on feeds. They had cut it already for the competition, but everything that happened before was. And watching the feeds was the craziest thing because like the way they edited it to make it like Nicole and Daniel were saying she's a bad person and they immediately cut to Taylor saying like, let's pray on it. That is exactly how it happened on the feeds. I had the quad up and at the same exact moment you heard them saying she was a bad person and her like leading, like getting everybody to like pray for her and send her good vibes at the exact same time. So like their perception of her is just so grossly different from her. Like she very clearly had the best of intentions.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
And even
Amira said that. Even Amira was like, I don't think it was with ill intent. That's what she told Daniel.
And we'll get to it, but what gets me about Amira is that I can't remember if they showed it in the edit or not. Right before this fight happened, Amira was like shitting on Taylor and talking about what a bad person she is. Right. Oh my God, can you believe what she just said? And then this whole blow up is happening, and Amira didn't say a word until after everybody left.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because she's fake.
Like, and it irked me that nobody said anything until everybody left. Like, there was not one person in the moment that had anything to say. And like, we haven't even gotten into the fight yet, but
no,
there was just a lot about this that disgusted me.
Right. Now, for conversation's sake, is it possible that for Nicole living in her reality, for how she views Taylor and how she views, the politics of the house going, is it possible that she really did interpret it that way, as offbeat as it is? I mean, if you're already coming from a negative space and you hear a comment like that, and you already have this perception of this person, albeit wrong, but if that's already your perception of this person, is it so far-fetched to believe that maybe you think that she was coming from?
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all, because we hear, Nicole and Daniel talking about it over and over again, how she's a bad person. They think Taylor's a bad person. So if you are thinking that, what Taylor is saying, if you're thinking that that's coming from someone who is just an intrinsically bad person, like you're just going to assume that the intentions are bad, because you're so blinded by what you believe, even if it's completely
And that's
wrong.
what got me too. Like, if anybody else had said those exact same words to Nicole, she would have taken it correctly. Right. But because it was Taylor and they have just decided that she's a bad person.
Right.
Even though she came to them with like the purest of intentions, it still got misconstrued.
And let me just make it clear. Like, I do not like Nicole. I do not think this is the right read on this at all. I just like to challenge and I just like a discussion.
Of course.
Just in case anybody's listening after, maybe you're new to the pod. I'm not a Nicole stan. That's not what this is. I'm just a challenger. That's all. Before I get canceled, I just I just like to provoke conversation. Like, that's all. But yeah, like really gross, really, really gross. And like and then to the fight. So, well, unless you had something else to add, John, I don't want to just like be steamrolling here.
No. We get into the fight. Yeah, ding, ding.
Not ding, ding.
Definitely ding, ding. Always ding, ding. So Nicole basically says to Daniel that, like, I can't believe Taylor told me to do this. She's basically telling me to walk from the game, this, that, and the other thing. To which Daniel does not take kindly to this. Some might even say that this was much to, Daniel's, say it with me, chagrin. Thank you. And then Daniel approached Taylor in the bathroom in front of basically the rest of the house.
There was a lot of people in there.
Yeah, and at this point, I was already crying. So like I had to put dinner down. All right.
What kills me about this too is like it came so out of nowhere that like Taylor was joking with him, thinking that he was kidding, and it was like so cringy to watch her so innocently like giving it back to him, not realizing that he's actually ripping into her right now.
Right, and you could literally see it in her face when she started to realize that no, this isn't like a joke. Like this guy's being serious with me right now. Like this fucking guy's coming at me for no reason right now.
Yep.
I mean, he really just said a bunch of nonsense. I can't even remember exactly what it was that he said.
And that's why, like, he pulled it all out of nowhere, so much so that Taylor was like, I can't even think about a reason why he would be mad at me. So it doesn't make sense that it's real.
Right.
Where would this be coming from?
And I also have to say that as we're on here, we're celebrating Joseph, we're celebrating Kyle, we're celebrating all these people who rallied behind Taylor. This moment here, where nobody said anything and just kind of allowed that to go, didn't leave me feeling so good. Like I didn't love that. Like somebody could have said, "Hey, that's not what she meant. I don't think she meant
Like
that."
this goes so beyond, oh, it's a game, I can't ruffle any feathers because then I'm a target. This is past that.
Yeah,
This is not that.
Right. It's been past that. It's been well past that. Yeah. This was uncomfortable. So still a little disappointed in these people. Like still not loving everyone. And real curious to see what people think when we post the next popularity poll. I can't wait to see how numbers change.
Yeah.
And certain people don't deserve as much of a bump as I think they're going to get. That's all.
I totally agree with you. We're going to see some people get a bump, and as much as we love this group, the Leftovers, like we've been saying, and how Taylor has like a an alliance now, which is awesome. Some of these people participated in some of the bashing that was going on early on. So
yes, you did.
And some of them have owned it, and some of them have absolutely not.
Monty.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like there's no world that I'm ever going to like Monty. No.
Because even still, like
John's winner pick.
Stupid winner pick.
But like even still on feeds, like after this whole like Leftovers thing had started, he still is talking about like, oh, and then later on we're gonna get Taylor. Like he's still like very much on that train of thought. He's just like using her for now, which is so annoying.
Right. But then from a game point of view, I could also understand, like, if you know enough about this game, you also do need to know that eventually this alliance is going to turn on themselves. So, like,
no, yes,
ride
absolutely,
out with Taylor
but
for as long as you can. But like,
absolutely, but he's still very much like thinking through the fact of like, well, Taylor sucks, so we'll cut her. We just like need her for like this moment to get our numbers better. Like he still is not.
Do you think it's that? Do you think it's that bad, or do you think it's really just like I just need to keep a small target on her so that when we start to look at each other, she's still before me? And that's a genuine question. That's not even for conversation.
I'd like for that to be it. I would like for that to be it, but
okay, you don't think so? All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I stopped watching the feeds after Monday. I felt like I saw enough. Everything was pretty settled.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And I took a little break. I took a break. Because I discovered Grownish. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah. So the Leftovers. That's that. Nobody stood up for her in the bathroom.
That's disappointing.
It is. It is.
It's so crazy too because like again, like we didn't see this fight on the feeds. All we knew was like from people talking about it later and retellings of it. And I in my head thought I knew what it was going to look like, and it was still somehow so much worse than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Like watching it, it was like Kyle was saying, like I was getting teary-eyed watching her breaking down in the DR. Every time I try to connect with people, I'm just hurting them more. Like it killed me.
Gina, I was crying before that when she was just standing there and she was just like just taking it, and she just kept saying, "Okay, all right."
The moment that got me was when
that's what got me.
The moment that got me was when Daniel's laying into her and blaming her for Paloma's mental health issues, and she just like so whispery, quietly just goes, "That's not fair."
Right.
That ruined me.
Yeah.
Because it's not. You can't blame somebody else for someone's mental health.
No. He's over here blaming her for, Paloma's mental break. Meanwhile, Paloma is out here telling Us Weekly that they made a wonderful friendship on the way out, but we didn't get to see it because the feeds are edited.
Yep.
Yeah, really pathetic. Really pathetic.
God. Daniel, God. I hope his Elvis career has left the building after this. I really do.
Seriously. Did we see any negative reviews come up for his Elvis impersonation?
I haven't looked. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something somewhere.
We're going to have to look. We'll do a deep dive after the pod tonight. We'll have to do a deep dive. Matt's back. Matt said Taylor literally did nothing wrong all season. She modeled her clothes and tried to be a decent human to Nicole. Right.
Which
and
also, to jump back in, she modeled her clothes because they asked her to.
Right. And it wasn't even Mon Wan Monday. I wouldn't even have thought of it if you didn't lean in. I mean, Mon Wan is supposed to be the master of fashion, and he had nothing to do with this. Yeah. It was all the ladies of the house. Yeah. And then they hated her for it.
Yep.
It's a real shame. Yeah.
Disgusting.
So what else happened Wednesday's episode? It really just ended with the formation of the leftovers, and we didn't really know where that was going to go, except we did, but we didn't know.
Yeah, it just pretty much from there it was just the veto competition where Jasmine, whatever happened to Jasmine, and then, which I'm interested. I'm seeing a lot of discourse on Twitter of people saying she faked it. Your thoughts?
Of course she faked it. She has what? I don't even think that was a question. Like, it was, no part of me believes that she could not do it. I mean, like, I don't know who tweeted it, but somebody had said, like, first she said, "Oh, my ankle is no good." Then the medic was like, "No, you're fine." And she goes, "Oh, I'm passing out." And the medic was like, "No, you're fine." She's like, "Well, I'm also scared of heights." So, and it's like she just came up with any old reason why she can't participate. Yeah, she fucking sucks. All right, I can't stand Jasmine. How dare you use her real name? Her name is Jasmine. I just caught that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not calling her correct. We're not calling her correct. All right.
Oh.
She's not even a half rack of ribs. Okay? She sucks. She sucks so hard. Yeah.
She really does.
So
She really does.
She's the worst. She's the worst.
Wasn't this? Didn't she say too? Like, oh yeah, like my ankle, like, I sprained it. They said I'll be good in like a week. Isn't this like 2 weeks now? Like,
Yep.
Oh yeah, just wheeling around.
And I think I remember seeing like Kyle too go up to her and be like, "Didn't they say you'd be good in like a week or so? Like maybe you should start to try walking on it so it doesn't like." And it was very much like that he's like trying to call her on it, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know."
Oh, I don't know. Is anybody make me strength? Ugh. She sucks so hard. How many people are left pre-jury? There's so many people that I want to leave before jury.
I believe 2.
Only 2? Oh,
Yep, there's 5 pre-jurors.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for like a Daniel, Nicole, Jasmine. I just really want these people to see what we think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want it to wait until September. I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's like a kid waiting for Christmas.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I really can't wait for more of these people to get out of here. To the tune of Bill Nye.
I don't know.
Jasmine,
I don't remember.
the scooter queen.
Oh God.
I was hoping somebody would sing it. I was like, I don't remember the Bill Nye theme.
You don't remember the Bill Nye theme?
I just remember like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Like I know who he is. I remember he wore a lab coat. Like that's about all that I remember. But yeah, she sucks. And thank you for spelling Jasmine correctly. And I appreciate your hyphen. So thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you. So that's how Wednesday ended. Now, what should we do here? Maybe after the veto ceremony. See, when we did Australia, we like to separate our episodes with like, surmising Sonia's style. Right. Right. But like this is a weird one because the episode didn't end evenly. So maybe just after the veto, we can get into some Julie judgment. I'm really excited. I've got some fun pictures. So anyway.
And here is where my issue with this episode is. I was not bothered by them like breaking up the format and ending on a cliffhanger yesterday. It didn't bother me this time because I was like, I just know that so much is coming that I'm totally fine leaving us on a cliffhanger and they're going to give us such a good episode on Thursday. And then today they give us the veto ceremony
right out of the gate.
None of the aftermath.
Yeah.
All 3 of us were watching feeds on Monday. We saw what a bonkers wild day that was, and none of it made the edit.
No.
Well, you know why, right? You know why? Because we all had to watch that damn trailer for the invitation, so they didn't have time to put in anything else.
They had to give us a trailer for a movie we don't care about and the beginning of the pre-HOH competition. So we couldn't see the aftermath of the veto ceremony.
Which I have 2 comments on. One would be highly unpopular.
Highly unpopular.
Listen, I am a sucker for sponsored comps. Okay, know this from our travel up north. I like the Be Direct eviction protection insurance.
Right.
The Expedia room. I love all of this stuff, and unfortunately, I missed the invitation, the commercial little trailer thing because I was too busy redoing the credits. Even though I had a mirror blacked out, I was like, what if I get blindsided and it's not? I don't want to be too preemptive in doing this.
Sure.
Hey,
so I kind of missed it.
We've been disappointed before, so.
Right. So
We
I
have,
will
we
have to
have.
go back like to check that out. You know, because I do like a sponsored comp. I'm not gonna lie. I'm down for the cheese. Down for the cheese always. Um, I had another opinion and now it's gone. Oh well, probably sucked.
Was it the intro to the HOH competition? Like the not competition?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Thank God you
Mhm.
know me. I am sick of this pre-HOH crap. Now I understood why it happened the last time, you know, because the backstage thing kind of got flarned with Pollona's untimely
Oh yeah,
exit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
However, like I don't need any HOH qualifiers. Like you gave us
Just
so
give
many
me the
commercials.
competition.
Yeah. If you're not going to give me an endurance comp, which is what I hoped tonight was going to be, I was hoping for a wall. I was hoping for the
Mhm,
wall. But if we weren't going to get that, you know what? Just give me some fucking trivia and let's wrap this sucker up. I would have
mhm.
liked to know what's going on now.
Yeah.
So now we got
Definitely.
to turn on the feeds later, and like, is it even going to be that? When is it happening? I feel like the timeline's messed up again. I'm tired of these janky ass weeks. I want to know what's going on, when it's supposed to happen. Regular schmegular.
Yeah,
You know?
it would have been
Yeah.
nice too with like how with everything that's happened this week and how crazy it's been. It would have been really nice to like wrap up the eviction episode like with a quick HOH where we know what we're getting into for the
Right.
next week. Like
Yeah.
just give us a quick, you know, one that takes a few minutes. It's done. We got our new HOH. This invitation thing could have been another night. Come on.
Right.
Right,
Yeah. I
right.
really didn't. I didn't need it. I didn't need it. Oh my gosh, we didn't tell them. So
Oh,
Michael,
we totally jumped the gun. Yeah.
yeah, we did. So Michael is who wins the veto. Okay, his third veto win of the
3 for 3.
season.
Well, Michael
Yeah.
and Brittany. Put Brittany in there. It was a duo competition. Michael and Brittany both won veto.
That is true. That is true. My winner pick, and I'm sliding her, Brittany. When you get out of the house, and I say when because you are going to jury, baby. You go to jury. So when you get out of the house, if you watch this, we're so sorry. Yes, it was Michael and Brittany. It really was. Yeah, they win. They win.
That's fun. That's fun. Both of your winner picks
Mhm.
got the veto this week. That's kinda fun.
Yeah.
My boy is 3 for 3.
It's amazing.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Which
I love Michael.
I love Michael too, but I'm starting to get concerned for him now. I'm starting to get concerned for him.
Ooh.
Well, because you can't win 3. You can't win 3 without putting a target on your back. That's all.
But amazingly, no one's talking about it.
I know.
I don't understand how that's true, but I have not heard Michael's name in anybody's. I don't know if they're so wrapped up in Taylor that they're not realizing it, but
They might be.
nobody is talking about it.
Right.
No, you're right.
I feel like the only real mention is like I've heard people just being like, "Wow, Michael's a comp beast," but no one actually being like,
End
"We
of
better get
discussion,
him because of
yeah.
it." Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm scared that those tides can change very quickly, especially in a
Sure.
house like this, where nothing is for sure.
Of course.
I'm just a little nervous. For him.
It's fair.
But he won with Brittany.
Mhm.
And obviously they removed themselves, and the leftovers executed their plan and put up Amira and Terrence, which no one seemed to be very bothered by. I mean, they were very upset that their plan didn't go through, but Amira was pretty confident that she was good as
I mean,
gold.
they were a little upset by the reason. Like that nomination or renom speech did not go over well for most of them.
No, it didn't. But unfortunately, we didn't, and that was not shown enough.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
were
so upset that we did not get more of the aftermath because, like, for the cashies that maybe weren't with us on that, there was this whole thing of like, Turner told Daniel right before the meeting was going to happen so that he could say that Daniel knew ahead of time.
Mhm.
And then it made Daniel look shady. So now nobody trusts Daniel and think that Daniel's a liar. They also think that Indy is really shady. So they don't feel great about Indy right now. Then there was tension between Nicole and Daniel because Nicole was mad that things didn't go according to plan. And Daniel wanted to talk to her, but she didn't want to talk to Daniel. So that blew up. Then there was a whole thing where like Alyssa started talking about stuff that she had heard whispers of, but what she said was actually something that Nicole had told her. She forgot that Nicole had said it. And then Nicole got mad because it looks like she's exposing her in front of other people. So now Alyssa's public enemy number 1. So much happened on Monday and we got none of it. Like
That was impressive. That was impressive.
That was
impressive.
none of it.
That really was. You know what else didn't happen that day? Gina didn't work.
Listen, you are lying if you say you were not also glued to those feeds. Monday was a good day.
I took off of work on Monday. I mean, unrelated, but I did benefit from it. I did benefit from it. That. I hyped Nicole storming out of the house to a non-live feed watcher, and I look like an idiot.
That moment was so good. And especially, that moment was so much better, too, because she stormed out of the house, went into the hammock, and then got stuck in it. And she was like, why can't anything go right in my life? While she's trying to, like, get out of the hammock.
I didn't even know this happened.
Oh, it was so funny.
I hate her so much. I hate her so much.
Because she sucks.
She does suck. She sucks. And unfortunately, I'm now rooting against Taylor winning this HOH because I don't want Nicole to be safe.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And that's not ever
where I was kind of hoping. There was a piece of me that was hoping that like the twist with whoever is left over from the eviction was going to be like, now the HOH is on their own and they like reshuffle the buddies or something, or the besties. So that like that wasn't going to be the case, but we did not get that. That's fine.
Right. Ooh, I can't wait to get to the bestie chatter, because there are some fun things to say there. But any Hoosers, let's get to the eviction vote first. Then we can really just have some fun. We just got to get through that whole thing here. So Amira left. Fine. Great. Wonderful. We're so super happy. But what did you think about Daniel?
Yes.
That was my favorite part.
Because he was hyped up about it too. I'm giving him doing a sympathy vote with my boy Terrence. Sorry, man, love you.
Yeah.
It's like, joke's on you, man.
I was like, that's delicious.
7-4 vote.
But like, especially because there was all that stuff we didn't see in the edit of people not trusting Daniel now. I was like, how delicious is this going to be if he now goes down for this? Like, if he gets the blame for the flip that he did not know was happening.
Yes, you knew, and look what you did. Look what you did.
Oh, my God.
Because had he voted Amira, it would have been an even split, I think, and then Turner would have had to break
6-5. It would have been
6-5.
Yeah.
Okay, I counted wrong.
Daniel made it 7-4.
Yeah, so technically his vote didn't matter, but it was just sweet to watch.
But it does matter in the aftermath potentially.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. Yeah.
Yep. Now you got all these people thinking in here, man, that was a pretty lopsided vote. Like, how did all these votes come out? Yeah. 7-4.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
I can't wait. The feeds aren't up now, right? They're definitely not. I had checked right after.
Oh, they're definitely still playing the competition.
Yeah, it's just cats. Just cats right now.
They're not gonna go back up before I have to go to bed. I'm a sleepy man. I'm a sleepy man. So now we have Terrence just kind of sitting there, bestie list
floating along.
Yeah, and now he gets to select a pair that he now wants to play the game with. What do you think of this threesome, this poly festy bestie?
Poly festy bestie.
Well, I feel like if you have more than one bestie, neither of them is your bestie. So,
well,
I think that out of all of the ways this could have gone, this is the most boring.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Your partner is gone, Terrence. Just get up in front of us and pick whoever you want.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think out of every way
thing.
this could have played out, I think it's the most boring by far.
What about some kind of random draw thing, or I don't know, anything?
I don't know, Dan. I think you're pretty late. Our counter says that we are 29 minutes in. I don't know, man. You're kind of late, but welcome to the party.
We still got more to talk about.
Yeah, thanks for coming to the Amira eviction party.
Yeah, glad you could make it.
Yeah, welcome. What were we saying before that? It's gone.
The picking a new,
the Florin twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we thought there was going to be some power coming, all this other stuff. No, just kind of go. It's just what a lazy way to do this twist.
Yeah,
I even thought at one point I was like, maybe whoever is alone has like safety for the week, and now but you don't get to participate, you don't get to vote like we saw earlier in the season.
Just a lame duck.
And whoever survives the next eviction you're the new besties. That's
Well, and that's why I thought they were either gonna like reshuffle all of the other besties, or like now whoever wins the HOH comp loses their bestie, and that bestie becomes Terrence's bestie.
That's fun.
That's what I expected.
Yeah. You should write a letter. Like maybe you should be a game maker. You can be Seneca Crane. For our Hunger Games fans. Like that, yeah.
Dear Mr.
Excuse me, Mr. Brother. I have a question.
It's so stupid. Look at this. Dan says, my mom thought Terrence would automatically be the HOH. I was like, that's not a bad idea.
I considered that too, but I didn't think that they would go that far.
I think that's a horrible idea.
I wouldn't have liked it, but I didn't put it past them to do it.
Listen. All right.
What do you think of Terrence HOH?
That's what I'm saying. I like it objectively, but the fact that it would have been Terrence is what I don't like. But like in theory, sure. But like a Terrence HOH was the hottest damn mess. I feel like
it'd be rough.
But we don't even know what he's thinking. I know nothing of the man. All I know is that somebody once tweeted, all that Terrence does is take shits and talk shit. And like,
oh my God.
And like that's what I think of every time I see him. Like so
what I am interested in, and this is more like a feed thing. There was a moment earlier today when everybody was so certain that Terrence was the one going home, where Nicole went to him and was like, all right, I have to come clean about something. It's time that I tell you about my real profession. I used to be a cop, and like had this whole big like whatever. Like, I'm telling you this because like I want you to trust me and like whatever. And he was like wary about it, and now he's still here. Which I love. But also, I don't see why that matters. I've never really
I don't know why anybody cares.
I have never understood, like, across the board, I've never understood lying about your job. Like, there are like very few instances where I'm like, all right, like maybe if you're like a lawyer and people know that you're good at like whatever, like sure. But most professions, I don't really think serve you as well as you think they're gonna.
No. Unless you're a lawyer, like a politician, like something like that. That would
maybe a therapist, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, because I feel like you might be able to play on my emotions a little bit more than others. You would kind of know what strings to pull. Sure. I can't think of many other professions that would concern me much.
Because people lie about their job all the time.
Right.
And it's just not something that I usually understand.
You know what really pissed me off about this conversation, too? Is that, like...
What is it?
You have Nicole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was so, like, she felt so disrespected by Taylor suggesting that, like, listen, if there's a lot going on with your mom, and if at any point you need to leave the game, like, you just do what's best for you. That's essentially what she told Nicole. Here you have Nicole. Terrence hasn't been evicted yet. You're like, sorry, man, you're leaving. Like, well, wouldn't you be like, keep fighting for your place in the game?
Not even
like,
just that.
You got to keep, Like,
it's not even just that. It's that Nicole, during the big fight, goes up to Taylor and is like, listen, you really need to think about the way that you talk to people and the way that you approach people. Like, you really just need to have a better... I'm sorry. Me saying, hey, don't worry about me or the game if you need to do something for yourself is not a bad read on how to approach people. Going up to somebody who's not even out of the house yet and being like, sucks, you're going home. Here's some information that I can give you for your way out. Yeah. That's a shitty way to approach somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the conversation that that Nicole then had with Terrence, like in the HOH room with Turner, like even just talking to Turner, like, yeah, we know he's gonna go home, so we want to do it. It's like, you're such, I don't know, you're just so like unnecessarily confident, like about everything. And like, I don't know, like, gosh, it's getting harder and harder to decide who I dislike more between Daniel and Nicole.
Yep.
Yeah. It was very clear, Daniel, but like the more and more that this goes on, like, yeah, you know, they're really like two peas in a pod.
I think back to that first week too, when we saw that conversation between Nicole and Daniel, and they were like, oh, like they both said, like, yeah, as soon as I saw you, I knew you were going to be my person. And it turns out it's for the worst possible reason ever, and it's because they're both terrible.
Shitty.
Yeah.
Somehow they knew.
Yeah. Isn't that awful? I saw them that first night when she was sitting in that corner, like right by the steps, and he was like sitting on the floor in front of her. I was like, oh, this is going to be really cute. Oh, this is going to be cute. No, nothing cute about it at all. Nothing cute at all.
Yeah.
I do agree with this. Dan says they need to give a raise to whatever cameraman had the idea of zooming right into Nicole's face right after the eviction.
They knew exactly what we wanted to see.
Yes. Yes.
I also enjoyed Alyssa's face because they were on her for a bit, and she was just like.
Yeah. I didn't see enough of Jasmine's face in that moment, though.
No,
yeah, they didn't show much.
No. Oh, really? Matt said, did you all see Terrence tell Turner that Juice WRLD is his cousin? Is that true?
I did hear about this. I heard about this.
Really? Wow.
I didn't know that.
Wild.
That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
That adds the most color to Terrence that we've seen, period. Like, because honestly, who cares otherwise? I forgot he was a DJ until you mentioned this.
It's also like I feel so bad. People like forget he's in the game because he doesn't have any DRs either. Like you just never hear from him.
Yeah.
Him and Indy, you don't get a lot of.
Yeah, definitely Indy a bit more, but Terrence, you're right. I feel like has Terrence had a DR? Like I don't. Did he have one
I've never seen him in the DR. He was literally on the block. He was on the block, and I don't think I saw a DR from him.
Right on the block, and we don't even see him. Wow,
that's rough. That's really rough. Oh, now it's gone. Oh, Indy. You know what didn't make this cut that I was hoping we were going to get to see more of was Indy's storm off to the bathroom and she was throwing up right after the veto meeting happened. Really disappointed we didn't get to see that.
We did get, though... Apparently, she was like stung by a bee right after the veto ceremony happened, which is why she was like crying or whatever. And one of my friends texted me like, "Why is Indy just in the bathroom like scrubbing her arm and crying for like they just cut to they cut to her for like 2 seconds?" And I was like, I don't think it had anything to do with the meeting, and it had everything to do with she got stung by a bee. So it's very funny that they like snuck it in there, like, and look how sad Indy is, and it had nothing to do with anything.
Maybe that's why she threw up.
I think so, because when the feeds came back up, the first thing that I saw was Indy crying and people being like, "It's gonna be okay, it's okay," and I was like, "What happened? What is going on?" Like, was she that attached to Amira? What's happening?
That's something I'm very surprised. All I read was that she had thrown up afterwards and blah blah blah, and I was like, she was. Really
I had seen somewhere that she had gotten stung by a bee.
Yeah, I'm like, you're physically ill over Amira going on the block. Like she didn't even leave yet. She's just nominated. Like, and now you're throwing up. What a disaster.
I've really been going back and forth on Indy this season.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
Wasn't a huge fan. Started to like her more, and now I'm way back on the other side of like really not liking her much anymore.
Oh, you're hard on the other side.
I'm still right on that line.
I'm still teetering. I can't decide. I feel like I haven't quite seen enough. I guess I'm leaning towards a dislike.
Well,
I know she lost a lot of people with the hot soup moment.
The hot soup, but I feel like and like even more than that now. Like I haven't necessarily seen it on the feeds, but like just go on BB Twitter, and I feel like every now and then you'll see a tweet about something else that Indy said that was kind of shitty to say about Taylor or something like that. You know, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Indy.
Sorry, Indy. Not so much. So, Catch You Letter. Oh my God, that's not actually what it's called. Wait. There's the pre-HOH comp, right?
Yeah, the invitation.
Yeah, this invitation thing. What do we think about Jasmine getting the first one?
What the hell, man?
What is that? Her hobbling ass.
But also, of course she did.
Right.
Like, how fitting. Like, obviously, of course, that's the way it's going to happen. Is that 2 seconds after the competition, here comes Jasmine hobbling over with her red letter. I'm like, all right.
Disgusting.
All right.
Disgusting.
I wonder if maybe her like injury was almost an advantage in this sort of comp, because you just had these letters falling everywhere, and I feel like there were people like running around looking in different spots.
She was only confined to the ones
she was
right
just like
her.
she was static and just picking up all the envelopes in one spot probably, and so she found it. That's what I think could have happened there.
I have a theory.
What's that?
Matt says she got an invitation to a competition she won't even play. And that's absolutely true, which is good. They knock this thing down to only 6 players. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just go sit over there. And,
Kyle, is your theory some rigging?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Wow.
Just because I keep seeing so much how Grodner apparently loves Jasmine for whatever reason, and then I don't know. It just feels further confirmed by what you just said. How the fact that she's static and she's just there. So like, how did a letter just fall right by her? You know.
Right.
I don't know. I would really love to believe that that's not true, but like when you see some of those tweets from Spoiler King, and then you see something like this happen, you go, ugh.
That's the thing, though, is like, I might make some enemies on here. I don't know. I don't get the whole like Spoiler King. Like, where is this information coming from? Is this real or is this like DR fan fiction? Because I don't know where you're getting your information. I don't know.
No, listen, I follow it with an entertainment like point of view. Like that's kind of how I'm seeing this.
Because there are people who read it and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that's happening," and I'm like, "This just feels like someone making things up."
Right.
Just because he's right sometimes doesn't mean that he like has an into production who's leaking all of this information.
And that's how I feel about Spoiler Girl as well. But the thing about this is that when where there's fire, there's smoke, you know, and the fact,
I think it's where there's smoke, there's fire.
I know. As soon as I said it, this is up there with the ground gears. Of course, where there's fire, there's smoke. I would hope so. That's supposed to be your signal to get out. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and like it just and it just seems to me like Spoiler King making those comments like that, and then you see this, it's like, ugh, maybe I do believe it now. I don't know.
I always love, because is he the one that will tweet out like when something really, I forget what the name of the restaurant is, but I've seen this tweet multiple times, like, oh yeah, production's really happy with everything. Grodner just placed a huge order for something pizza or whatever, like a taco place, and I'm like, what is this?
I can't say I've seen that. I'm not saying
I haven't seen those.
I have to find this.
I haven't seen it. We should invite Spoiler King to the pod.
Should we?
Well, we'll get some answers. Fan fiction or nay? Oh, now this I believe. I'm over here reading comments before I display them. Well, I do have to suss it out. So Dan says, Julie Chen did an interview the first week saying she didn't even know what the twist was. So I wouldn't be surprised if Grodner's been changing the twist to change the game in her favor. Yeah, I believe that. I have. Yeah, we've kind of speculated that all season.
And we hear all the time too, like in seasons past, even that they're always like, no, like we make the game and we set it. We make the game, we set it, and like this is what it's going to be. No matter who enters the house, this is the way that the game is going to go. But like so many times we see people. There are so many times where we see people that like are on the outs or like big targets that like we need to get out, and like all of a sudden there will be a competition that is perfectly catered to their skill set, and then they win the HOH and they can't get evicted, and it's like I don't know. It does kind of feel like maybe these are the competitions of the season, but you shuffle around when and where they're going to go.
Right.
You know,
and I think that does happen. I think that happens. And that's how we even felt about, because we've even talked about that with that whole Pandora's box thing they used to do. And it's like, I like Pandora's box, but only if you would have told me ahead of time that this is what's coming week 7.
Sure.
Like, get ready for this. Because then I don't really know that you're not just doing it like for that person or for that duo, like whatever it is. Like, it's just,
and even like with any kind of like, you know, there's always speculation with America's vote too. Like, is America really voting, or are you stacking the deck, you know?
Yeah. I trusted Big Brother during an Arnold Shapiro age. I don't trust Grodner. Grodner's sus. I don't even know who Arnold Shapiro is.
Now, when did Grodner start taking over? I don't even know what season she started in.
I bet you Dan does. I'm sure the answer is incoming. Now, do we wait and potentially get embarrassed? Or do we keep going? We'll see what happens.
No one says anything.
Oh, here it is. Yep, we did get an answer. Grodner took over in BB8.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. See, I've only known it to be Grodner, from my time when I was introduced to this. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. The first, what I guess it was 3 people that we saw qualify. It was Jasmine, Terrence,
And Brittany.
Brittany, yeah.
Which means we have 4 slots left.
5, I think.
Yeah, I think 8.
It's gonna be 8.
I think there were 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
thought it
only
was 7.
4.
Okay.
Only 4 won't be playing.
Oh, okay.
And
All right. As long as Daniel and Nicole don't end up there, I don't care.
I know.
Yeah.
I got nervous with how it started because I saw somebody tweet too. I was like, it would be so awesome if we get the 6 members of the leftovers that are competing in the HOH comp. If they could get, envelopes, that would really give them a good shot of winning.
I saw a tweet come in, and it was who was the 4? It was Daniel, Nicole, Jasmine, and I think Alyssa. And it was the 4 of their pictures, and it's like, please, only envelopes for these 4, only empty envelopes for these 4, please. Yeah. And as I read it, fucking Jasmine starts hobbling over with her letter, and I was like, damn it!
So annoying. So annoying. You are invited. There's another fucking pie eating thing. I want to throw up myself. Ugh.
It's gonna be something stupid. The competitions this season have been stupid.
Yeah, and didn't Julie say in the beginning of the season, she was like, get ready, these are going to be the most challenging competitions we've seen, and blah, blah, blah. I feel like there was like hype around like, oh, these are going to be different competitions.
Yeah.
And, like, they're different.
I mean, they're different.
But they're not as good. They're worse somehow.
All right, well, hold on. Justice for the mermaid comp. Okay?
The mermaid one was
okay.
The mermaid was fine.
Okay.
It's
that
just everything this season feels particularly cartoony, Like it feels like I'm watching Slime Time Live,
Slime Time Live. I don't disagree. I do think the last veto comp was pretty good, though. It just
that we've seen that sort of one before, right? Like that one, it seemed like I feel like I remember that competition in previous seasons.
It felt like a Survivor competition.
That's what it felt more like that to me. I'd be surprised if we saw that in like at least our Big Brother.
Yeah,
maybe Australia. I've never seen people go up and pull.
I don't remember what season, but I've definitely seen that in BBUS. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay, all right. I felt it was very Survivor-y. And I was like, okay, at least this, even though like the puzzle wasn't as hard as it could have been.
Sure.
Okay.
It was more interesting. And I honestly, I loved that even though it was so annoying that it's like, oh, here's Jasmine sitting out of another competition and not facing no consequences. It was fun to have only the 2 pairs that we were watching face off. Like, that was fun.
Oh, you thought so? See, I was going to say this would have been more
exciting.
Excited. There were more people in it. Because like, this is another thing that Jasmine ruined. Yeah, see, Dan said, was it a Survivor competition or a Big Brother Australia competition? See, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
John is not hearing it, Dan. He's not hearing it.
Well, this is the first season of Big Brother Australia that we watched, and we didn't see it on this season.
Well, I watched one.
Well, yeah, but did you see it on the other season that you watched?
No, what I'm saying, I don't know where I saw it. I'm still maintaining that.
That's what I mean. Like, so we didn't see it on that. We really just started Survivor. I definitely haven't seen it on that. So the only other place I could have seen it would be BBUS. So I'm gonna see what I can find.
Okay. But yeah, I thought that was a fun one. I did at least kind of enjoy that one. I thought that was fun.
I really hope, obviously I don't want her to win, but I hope Jasmine at least participates in this competition because I cannot deal with another situation like BB19 where she can't compete and faces no consequences. If you can't compete, you can't be on the season. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We see all the time in the challenge people getting medically disqualified. Why is that not happening here? There's so much of this game that is based on competitions.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so
part of how you build your resume. It's part of how you do so much. Yeah.
Incredibly frustrating. We saw Christmas skate all the way to Final 3 doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then nobody wanted to target her because, oh, well, that's one less person that I have to compete against. Why would I take out the person that can't compete and have more people to compete against? It's an easy way to keep somebody around.
It sucks. And then it also makes you wonder, are they kind of just capitalizing on because we think that Grodner loves Jasmine, so it's like, just milk this ankle thing,
and because she says so many memeable things that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. As far as there's a lot of physical puzzle comedy. Yeah, they do. They do.
And that's why it felt like Survivor for that reason, and because it was like the buddy system of like I call the shots, you do the thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the more I think about it, like, have we seen that?
I
I
have
don't know.
definitely seen that.
Not that specific
No, I know I've
competition,
seen. I know
but-
I don't know. I don't know where I've seen it. I don't know where. Jasmine passed out during the veto, and I laughed my ass off because it reminded me of Ozzy passing out in the challenge. Except all Jasmine did was walk around the backyard. Ooh.
Except poor Ozza actually did pass out.
Yeah, Ozzy, but she had a reason to pass out. Like this walk around the backyard. I don't even think she was walking at that. She was just standing there passing out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This was just hot for her.
Ozzy was running up and down the side of a building.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally like on a
Yeah.
zip line. Like
Yeah. No, Jasmine was just standing there. I can't tell you how much she sucks. And it's just also just disheartening because like for some they just really don't get it. Like they have no idea how much they suck. Can we bring back BB Bucks even just for that? Just so you can see that you don't get any votes. Like anything. It's like that was one of the best things. As much as I love Ozza. Like every time she got like that $50 thing. It's like she did, yeah, and she was just standing there. Thanks, America.
Listen, everyone had so many feelings about you can wipe your butts with your BB Bucks, but like honestly, that was such an iconic moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
like
you,
everyone was
Sarah
so
Beth.
salty with Sarah Beth, but like that was freaking funny.
Yes. So good. So good. Oh, excuse me. I don't really have anything else.
Oh, we
Excuse
have
me.
one more thing.
Oh, we do. Oh, I know. I breezed right past it because we were so excited with the whole veto and everything. Yeah, actually, Dan doesn't like this segment.
Oh no.
Yeah. He slammed us during Australia.
Oh no.
Wasn't it Dan John who said he didn't like surmising Sonia's style?
I don't remember.
I think it was. I think he didn't like it. And that's all right because tonight we have Julie Judgment. Bonk, 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 bonk. So
Kyle, did you
tonight-
like my tweet earlier?
Yes. I can't believe I only noticed it like at the end of the episode. It's so stupid. This is what Julie wore tonight. This pink, purpley red, floral getup. See, it was Dan. See, oh no. This is what she wore. So I think John voted first last time, right? So Gina, you want to vote first? What do you think of the Lady Moonvez's getup here?
So I will say it is a far cry from the worst outfit we've seen. It's not terrible.
Okay.
It's not great, but
Right.
it's not terrible. I fall very in the middle on this.
Right.
Yeah, it's much better than whatever that orange thing was.
Oh, that was bad. That was
Right.
bad.
That was bad. That was very bad.
I like this. I would give it a warm.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
hear
hot,
you.
Not a not. A warm.
A warm. Mine is tepid.
I was gonna say Kyle's word was tepid.
It's tepid. A little cooler than warm.
I'm gonna give it like a solid room temp. You know.
Yeah. A room. This is a room temperature glass of water.
Now, the question I have for you is that there was a secondary picture to go with this. Okay, there was a secondary picture she posted on the gram. It also came with this hat.
Oh,
that says
worse.
10
worse.
baht.
So much
Okay?
worse.
Right? So did this help us? Did this help us?
No, it did not.
Hi, Warren. Yeah, this was quite the week. And you're here in
man.
time for
I found
Julie
it.
Judgment.
I found it.
You found it.
The competition?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Where did it just go?
Survey says.
Yeah, now you ruined our clip for Julie Judgment talking about everything else.
I'm sorry.
Whatever, it's already ruined. So I still say it's a not. And like, does she know that Chenbot kind of like also like making fun of her?
Make fun of her.
Yeah, like I don't
Right.
really know like why
Which
she
also, she
do
had a
that.
moment today. Julie, you look beautiful today. Thank you. You look not so bad yourself.
I was like,
I said, eesh,
oh, yeah.
ugh."
And now she had a Flarney moment in the very beginning too. I don't
She
remember
did.
what
She
it
couldn't
was.
say. She couldn't say BB besties.
Yes,
Whatever. I don't remember what she said, but it was not correct.
because I remember turning to Tommy. I was like, "Wow, we're not even 20 minutes in. She's already messing up, and there's no audience. Like, what's your problem?"
Yeah, she fully just like the beep 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 beep. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So ridiculous. Yeah. All right. So you found the comp, John?
Yes, this veto competition has actually appeared on Big Brother.
That is a hot. Now Dan's participating, by the way. So go ahead.
This veto competition has actually appeared on Big Brother.
Okay.
Looks like either 4 or 5 times. 5 times. No, 4 times. 4 times. But it's had a different name each time. So in season 9, it was Cupid is as Cupid does. Season 13, it was Faster Than a Speeding Veto, which was won by Brendan and Rachel. Season 16, it was Abra Kababra. And then season 24, this one, is Woodstack. And it just says one player is attached to a rope and is raised upward as the other player runs forward. Both come back as the runner returns to the starting platform in order to hand pieces to complete a vertical puzzle.
Okay.
I knew I had seen it on the show.
Great job, John. Great job. You act like we were personally like attacking you. Like I knew I forgot. It's like okay.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
That is not how I'm acting.
fine.
Meanwhile, Nicole, what I actually said was, "It feels like Survivor."
Meanwhile, Nicole.
Wow.
Oh, good times, good times. No, good for you, John. Great memory. Yeah, very nice.
I do also hope we had a moment.
I knew it.
We had a moment in tonight's episode where they were describing hide and go veto, and I was like, please tell me that this means that we're getting the competition later in the season. Please. I love hide and go veto.
Wait,
I know.
Is hide and go veto that when we're tearing up the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, I love that one.
I don't like that one. I don't like people making a mess of the house. I don't like that at all.
Listen, if I was in the house, this is the competition I would self-evict in. I cannot deal with it. It would be terrible.
I don't even
watching
like looking
it
at
from home, watching it from the comfort of my very clean bedroom. I love hide and go veto.
No, it sends my anxiety through the roof. All I can think about is how many hours it must take to clean that house back up.
And my question, do they do it or do they get like confined to, thank you, Warren. Do they clean it up or do they get like confined to the backyard and like production comes in and cleans the house? Like, do they do it?
I hope they have to clean it.
Because I've never known. I've never seen it like on feeds after.
I don't know.
I've never like watched them clean up afterwards.
I mean, I suppose if you don't have to do it, then fine. But I've only seen BB20. I think of Sam.
And see,
Sam was not about it.
But like BB20 was the funniest one because BB20 was the one where Brett was like, I know that I'm not going to find the right one. So I just need to make mine the hardest one to find. So he was like throwing mattresses. Like every time he would go into the house, instead of looking for a veto, he was just throwing more shit on top of his veto. And it was like just watching him running around finding mattresses, like full armoires of like furniture and like throwing it on top of his veto. It was so good.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Oh, it was so good.
It was really great.
Oh, yeah.
Brent.
I said Brett. It was Brent.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on. We have an amendment coming.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
No,
That's right.
but wait a minute. Isn't that what Julie called him during the exit interview? Didn't she call him?
Yes.
And that's what I thought that was a reference to. I thought you were remembering
Oh my
Julie's
God,
line.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, that was a big thing last season when we had Brent Champagne come on. They were like, oh, they found a Brent.
Yeah. I thought that was really fun. Couldn't have given yourself up. I thought you had a great memory there. I was excited. So I guess that's it then.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's more. I'm not rushing anybody.
No, I think that's it. I mean, like, unless we like speculate on the HOH.
It's hard to say because we don't know who else is playing.
Right.
I know you were, Warren. Don't worry, I got you. I just want Taylor to win, except that I don't, because that means Nicole. So then who do I want if it's not, and then I guess Michael or Brittany.
Yeah.
Michael, Brittany, yeah.
I mean, who else? I don't trust Monty enough. No, thank you.
And I would love to say that, like, the veto ceremony paranoia, and now especially with the rogue vote, I would love to say that, like, there's going to be paranoia around Daniel from people who aren't members of the leftovers, but I don't trust them enough to not go after Taylor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My God, can you imagine if, like, Daniel wins? Like, I didn't even think of that as even, like, a remote possibility until, like, like,
that would be the worst.
So now, let's say, in theory, Taylor and Nicole are on the block on eviction night. Do the leftovers have the numbers to cut Nicole?
Yeah, they do. At this point,
like,
they do
depending
now.
on who the HOH is.
Well, they said in this episode, once they get Amira out, they have the majority in the house now. Like, they are the biggest group.
So in theory, if a member of the leftovers does not win the HOH and come eviction night, we have Nicole and Taylor on the block. We could, in theory, send Nicole out.
I think so. I guess, yeah.
I suppose if one of the leftovers does win, because it's a group of 7. So if one of the leftovers is HOH and then Taylor's on there, then there's only 5 votes. But then
that's the problem.
But then you also lose Nicole's vote. So how many votes are on that side left?
So I think that would be 5-5 at that point, I think.
That's a problem.
I mean, unless a leftover is the HOH and then breaks the tie in Taylor's favor.
Depending on who the leftover is.
Right.
Because again, like, I still don't totally trust Monty.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, if Taylor did wind up on the block and Monty was voting, I wouldn't totally trust him to back the alliance. At this, I don't know if it's too early for that to be the move.
Yeah, right, Dan. Right. There's 7 members of the leftovers, so minus Taylor would be enough. But then if a leftover wins, then they only have 5.
And we also don't trust all of the leftovers is the problem.
Right. This is a little too new.
Maybe next week is the week for that. Right. Again, it comes down to making sure that all of the leftovers vote correctly.
Mm-hmm. Correctly.
Maybe this is a next week journey. Maybe we cut one more from the other side before we do this.
It's so interesting because it's like if Nicole and Taylor are on the block, like, it's like, God, it literally everything swings on who the HOH is when they have power. Because if Daniel is HOH, then the leftovers, like you said, Kyle, have enough votes. But if it's a member of the leftovers that's HOH, as long as we think we can trust everybody, then the HOH would break the tie and Taylor should be fine anyway. But but if Daniel is that's scary.
Yeah. What duos don't have leftover members?
I'm like trying to find the alliance map to pull up who is with who. Give me one moment.
It could be Alyssa and Indy. I think that could be the only one. Aren't they partnered? Yeah.
Give me one moment to pull up the map.
You're not pulling up the Dalfica map, are you?
Yes, I am. She had it laid out so nicely in this situation. Hold on.
She has beautiful handwriting. I appreciate the colors. I don't even know how she sits down to write it. Like,
no, but there was one map that worked out so nicely with, like, who the besties are. Hold on.
Oh, the one that had post pack in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was the only one of hers that I've ever understood, other than when we get down to final 3. Final 3, I understand. like that works to me. Final 5. Anybody out there know what I'm talking about? A Dalfica map, Dalfica alliance maps.
They're so chaotic, but I love them. They're so good.
It looks like it's just Alyssa and Indy.
Yeah. Who do you think goes home in that pairing?
Alyssa.
Right,
I think so too.
Because Indy's the cook.
And if the feeds are any indication, or what at least what people are tweeting about from the feeds, I think Kyle would be like kind of pushing
Oh,
for Alyssa to
God.
go. So,
She licked him.
oh my
It's
God.
everything about the two of them is so messy because he's trying not to like stir the pot and like piss her off. And I think he also said at one point, like, I would be willing to potentially explore something outside of the house. I just don't want anything in the house. But this
Yeah.
girl is throwing herself at him left and right. And it's
She
so
is.
bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she licked him. Like,
Golden
really?
power of Michael.
I didn't even notice that. Just put Michael Whitney with the golden power of Michael.
That's funny.
That's basically what it is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
King Michael. We'll see if
God.
it stands. All right, so what do we have for the week coming up? Sunday night, obviously we have an episode at 8. We're in agreement, right? We're gonna do another space, another Twitter
Yeah.
space.
I'm
Come
so
hang out with
down.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so much fun.
It
What do you
was. It was
say?
a lot of fun.
Like 9:15. We don't need to wait a half hour.
Sure.
Yeah. We're not on camera.
We're not gonna be perceived. It's fine.
Yeah, so 9:15. We'll do a Twitter space. We'll hang out. We'll talk about everything. Talk about the goings-ons. We'd love to hear from you. Come hang. Then what's happening after that? Monday, our regular episode, 9:30. We'll be chatting about everything, going into spoilers.
Yeah.
What else? Wednesday, 10:30, Challenge USA.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, that shit's getting really good too.
It really is.
So if you're not watching the Challenge USA, there's plenty of time to catch up. We're only 4 episodes in. All right. So join us. Fun conversations going on Wednesdays. We basically say, fuck off, Big Brother, because we already discussed the veto crap Monday night.
Honestly, though, like it's just another night where we're talking about like BB23 because of who's in it.
Yeah, but at the rate that it's going, we won't be talking about that much longer.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Sorry. Facts are facts. I'm just keeping it real here. Well, listen. Thanks for joining us. This is great. I always have so much fun. This is Jury Duty. Find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty or on our flashy little website, bbjuryduty.com. Anything else for the benefit of the community?
I think I'm
I
good.
don't know. All good.
All right. We're out of here. Thanks a lot. See you Sunday.